I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to checkmate with the bishop and knight and two bishops. So these two, they're probably not gonna occur that often in your games, but you should still know them. And yeah, let's get started. Um, yeah, this actually does happen in some games, and you have to be prepared for it. And if it doesn't happen, that's fine. It's just a good skill to learn. All right, so let's get started. Um, so you wanna, okay, let's just practice versus computer here. So you wanna get the king up first. This is always important. As long as you can do the checkmate in 50 moves, you're fine. So let's just bring the opponent's king up like this, and then yeah, like, I mean, this part is the easy part relatively because, well, all you have to do is just like corner the king like this. Let's go here. Yeah, so now we have this little like box for the king. We now, since we have a dark squared bishop, we want to get the king to this corner. And that means the dark squared bishop is in charge of getting all of these squares. And then the knight, it has to protect the light squares here. And yeah, you're gonna have to like get used to it, but once you get like the format, okay, so yeah, once we get here, we want to get to something like this, and now we want to like force the king this way. Now this is the hard part again. You might think like, now how do we do this, because if we go here, he just goes here, and then we can't afford that. And if we go back, he's just going to repeat moves with us. So the way to go is actually knight d5. So king d6, the order here is knight d5. It's the knight, the king. Okay, no. So after knight d5, it's the king, the knight, and then the bishop trying to like close the king in here. Yeah, now the king's boxed in again. And here, when you can't, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, if the king went here, you would have to make a waiting move and then block the king. Although the king is still boxed in here, so it's all good. All right. Let's see. All right, that's kind of a weird move. We could just get back to the normal position by like making a few waiting moves, like this. And then now we make what's called like a W, like that. W, and then now we move the king over here. We give a check, and what's the best way to like check the king into that corner? So we're gonna be checkmating the king when it's there. So the knight is gonna have to be getting this square, and of course the king gets these two. And the knight, it has to be there. But we can't do this with the stalemate. We have to check, and then now that's checkmate. And I'll show you guys that again. Yeah, so just bring the king up. It's not, don't worry about this. It's a win. We just have to bring the knight up. Yeah. So we have to corner the king. Let's do that. Knight e6 looks fine. Oh, that's stalemate. We can't do that. Alright. Let's block it, and then, okay, hold on. There we go. So this should be the position. And yeah, so block the king from going there. And then now we do king, knight, bishop, and then we make a waiting move here. We could even go back all the way to c1, that's fine. Here, and then, Alright. Now we block the king again. You can never let the king escape to the left. So W here, and then we give a check. We get ready to check the king when the king's here. So we make a waiting move. We check and then checkmate. All right. So that's the bishop and knight checkmate. I'll show you guys the two bishops checkmate, and if you need to, you can watch this video over and over again until you understand it. The part where you get the king up to the right position, it's just like, it's kind of impromptu every time. So yeah, you're just gonna have to practice that. And the more times you do it, the better you'll get at it. And yeah, so I'll say the two bishops is relatively easier. Yeah, let's just do it like that. So it's easier to box the king in like this. Now the king just can't get out. Like, look at this. Yeah, all of this. So now we just bring the king up. And when you can, like after your king's in a decent position like this, you want to always try making the box like smaller. So like that. And now we get up here. So yeah, okay, this one was actually a lot quicker. We just want to box the king in once again. I'll show you guys that again. So yeah, bishop's got all of this. So yeah, the king just can't get out. And then we make the box smaller. Yeah, now the box is like here. So bishop b6 is fine, and then I went here. So it's really just the same. You want to box the king in. Bishop d7, stopping it. You just want to chase the king to one corner, and visually, whichever is easier, I would rather do this. It's also, yeah. So like this. No. And then now we want to block the king, and then we're gonna eventually do that. Okay, so yeah, let's see this. Yeah. All right, let's do it again. You could make the box in like a lot of different ways. I just like bringing my bishops to the 4th rank. This is also fine. Okay, let's just make a waiting move. Yeah, however you want to make the box, just make sure you do it quick enough within 50 rules. That part shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, so this just covers all of this. So the box gets even smaller. Now we bring the king, and then box gets smaller even. And we try making the box as small as we possibly can. So now we chase the king to one corner again. Should just be able to, all right, this is like, I mean, okay, don't look at that. So we just want to box the king in once again, and I know the king, it looks like it might escape now, but we could just go back. And then now we do this, and then, okay, wait. All right, let's redo the box again. Although I did kind of mess this up, it's still win. All right, let's just get to the position. Like, that should be fine. If I give a check and then do that. And then we go here, and now we get the check in. Now, okay, let's just review that. I was kind of sloppy there. So this okay. So let's just look at this here. So yeah, make the box smaller like that, and then okay. But what was I what instead? Um. Okay. Wait. So once the king got out, though, it gets harder. Bishop d5, best move. Yeah, let's get in. So king f6, and then bishop f8, king f7. Okay, so basically the point is just you want to box the king in like, this square is just fine. The smaller, the better. Yeah, all right, I'll do that one again. Okay. Yeah, so just make the box. And let's make the box smaller again. Here, and then go up. Now, of course, we start here again. It's the same position. So, this. Then, so, I'm pretty sure this is just, or is this not a mate? It should be. Yeah, now we go up. Okay, I missed bishop d5 right away. All right, so yeah, that one was a bit different because I went bishop f8. But if you see here, yeah, once again, we boxed the king in even smaller square. And then it's just a matter of time before you get the hang of just checkmating the king. Yeah, and then like that. All right, so just watch this video over and over again, and if you can't seem to understand it, just watch it again. And the more you practice yourself, the better you're gonna get at it, of course. And yeah, bishop and knight checkmate. The other ways you can practice, there should be drills. It might be okay. It's not in here, but it might. Like, no, not here. Alright, anyways, there should be a drill on this, or like somewhere here. Yeah, check end games, and then you go into checkmates. You can practice it like here. And you could, there's also a chess kid video, if you want to get better at it. So yeah, hopefully you learned something from this video and get better at the bishop and knight checkmate and the two bishops checkmate. And I'll see you next video.